There's this idea I've been encountering more and more frequently, and it is that being disciplined is something that takes away from the joy of life. A lot of people like to say, "Why not just have fun? We live a short life and you're just wasting your time." And I thought recently that this seems like, while it seems to make sense on the surface, it seems like a very misconstrued perspective of how things actually work. And what I mean by that is that I think the more disciplined we are, the more free we are, the more happier we are. And not even just in the long term, even in the short term. And this happens because we're taking control over our own emotions. We're not being enslaved to them. We're not being enslaved to the environment and how that is affecting us in any given moment, whether that is coming from other people, just the weather that's making us feel shitty. I think always taking charge of our emotions frees us and liberates us from the vicissitudes of life. Another interesting thing I've noticed about discipline is that it gets easier over time, right? There's this common misconception that being disciplined requires a lot of constant effort and, it's depressing, a lot of people would say. But I think as you keep practicing it, like any other skill, you get better at it and it gets easier and easier over time till you get to the point where the things that you're doing that others perceive as being difficult or being extraordinarily disciplined are actually things that come easy. And so the consequent freedom that those things allow are, it's almost like a compound interest type of thing, right? Like you work and you work and you work in the beginning, and in the beginning it takes a lot of effort to accrue that amount that's going to start to compound on each other. But once you get to that point where everything is just happening almost by itself, life just gets so much easier. And I think such is the case with discipline. I think these are skills that we need to start learning at a younger age, because the older we get, the more difficult it is for us to put ourselves through these difficulties that build character and resilience. But I think it's so important, even if we're older and have this realization, it's still never too late to start. While it might be a little more difficult to get out of our old ways, it's never too late to become a better person than we were a few days ago. Another last point that I wanted to make on this compound effect is that not only is it compounding in terms of how easier it is getting to be disciplined and to put in the type of work that is required to be as successful as we want to be in whatever it is, but also the rewards, right? Those also start to compound on each other because we start to reach new heights in whatever endeavor we are in, and that just starts to get better and better and better as the rewards accrue on each other.